It's where we're at. Ride around, get it. Ride around and I'm getting it. It's mine. I spend it. Hot topic right now, this chick. Have to block this one chick. She all in my DMs. She all like, hey, handsome. How you doing? I'm cool. What's up? She's like, I like you, and I want to meet you. And I'm like, okay, cool. You're hot enough. Seem a little ratchet. So I could get why you're single. You know, just because you're a little ratchet don't mean that you're unlovable. How far you stay? What's the plan? You drive? You're gonna have to come to me. It's like, yeah, but it's gonna cost like $50 to fill my tank. I'm like, that's acceptable. You know, given distance, you gotta drive there and back. Drive from there and back. I could give you that. But you have to split food when you come to me. And you don't get the money till you get here. So I need the money before I come there. Block. Was I too hasty on the block button? I don't play that shit, man. To be honest. You just sound like you might be too broke to be dating. You ain't got the gas to get out here. Maybe you shouldn't be taking the time to make plans. To meet niggas 2 hours away. You know what I mean? Maybe you shouldn't be dating. Now listen, lady. I ain't go looking for you. You came looking for me. Minding my own business. Minding my own business. Out of rags. I'm just minding my own business. Minding my own business. I ain't worried about that shit. Because I'm minding my own business. So you can kind of miss me with that shit. As much as I need it, I like attention. I would like some attention and affection. You really miss me with that. be lonely before I pay for pussy or before I deal with some bullshit. You know what I mean? So I was minding my own business. Minding my own business. Wasn't worried about that shit. I was minding my own business. So, say what you want. Peace, tranquility. Might be a little lonely sometimes because of isolation. But peace and tranquility is still peace and tranquility. I'm not in the mood. I'm not in a rush for a headache. As much as I would love to be loved and cared for, you know, not feel alone. Just that shit ain't it. It's stressing me out already, and I just met you. I ain't even met you. There's more important things in this world than pussy. As much as I need some. I ain't gonna act like I don't need none. That would be a motherfucking lie. That would be a motherfucking lie. It's not a race. Drive my own drive. The competition is to score more points, not to beat the next motherfucker to the finish line. Damn, I missed it. I wanted to drift in and out of them. Driver's a lot more than going fast, Lightning. So I blocked her earlier. Fuck that shit. Fuck that bitch. Hey, beautiful. That's the guy from Modern Family. The Grinch versus The Mask. Which one is the better Jim Carrey movie? I'm going with The Grinch. The Grinch. The Mask was pretty good. I ain't gonna lie. I like The Mask. It's one of my favorite Jim Carrey movies. I'm not a big Jim Carrey fan. Dumb and Dumber still makes me feel away. Like, it's disgusting. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, not really one of my favorites. Me, Myself, and Irene, I love. That movie really made me love Jim Carrey as a comedian, as an actor. Like, damn. That's fucked up. That movie, bitches ain't shit. She had kids on him, then left him with the fucking kids. All because he was a nice guy. And he was too nice to be like, what the fuck? Listen here, kids. Y'all mama left. Y'all gotta go to the foster home. Because he really wanted a family. Ah. No. That bitch left him. Kids that ain't his. 3 little black babies. Well, 3 big ass black babies. And ran off. Alright, it ain't like he couldn't deny it. It ain't like anybody would have blamed him if he would have left them kids to die. why he's the fuck out. Good guys. Always be. And you know why he'll always be back? Because whether he spaz for no reason or these bitches give you a reason to spaz, they're always going to want another good guy in their life. They're going to actively seek another good guy. I remember Chucky was he was a dog until she pushed him to be like, you stupid bitch. Would be, did he nail her friend? Because if we look at it from the first kill was the friend. Did he nail her friend? He hit her with the hammer out the window. Did he nail her? Yeah, I nailed that bitch. Bang, 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 bang. Fuck the friend. Why? Because he's a good guy. Bitches love good guys. No, she's no good for you. Running off with this policeman. Meeting homeless people in alleys. Sleeping with her boss. Friend got in his ear. And he nailed that bitch to the cross. Like Ursula. Ursula is King Triton's wife. Ursula is Ariel's mother. She went to her mother. Mother, there's this boy I like. What do I do? Okay, I've been waiting for this my whole life. Oh my gosh. My baby is finally into boys. First things first, don't tell your daddy shit. Because if your daddy find out you're his baby, he's going to lose his shit. Like, now I'm going to tell you how to get, I'm going to tell you how to get your man. Like, tell me how to get my man. What can you tell me? Like, listen here, baby. Look, this body right here is the result of having 7 daughters. Your dad can't keep his hands off me. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. You know, she used to be hot. That's why her other form is a hot lady. She used to be hot. She got a little bigger because she had 7 kids. She's like, look, shut the fuck up. Just agree. Use your lady ways, body language, and all this other shit. Men don't want to hear you talk about shit. And it's not that men don't want to hear y'all talk about shit. It's look. The same way men can talk their way out of pussy, women can talk their way out of dick. That's why you don't say shit. It's not that we don't value your opinions and shit. Conflicting opinions leads to headbutting. Headbutting leads to fuck this bitch. Or fuck this motherfucker. And nobody gets laid. But that's why she put Ariel on game. You know, that's why she kept a watchful eye on Ariel. Because that's her daughter. And then the conflict came within Ariel. The the conflict of Prince Eric wanting her mother versus wanting her. Like, she like, this not me. Everything right here is what my mother told me to project. And what I'm projecting is my mother. You don't love me, you love my mother. Because you never got to know me because I just shut the fuck up. So, Ariel, you know, the chick that was going to marry Prince Eric, which was Ursula, was technically Ariel. Just in Ariel's mind, she's like, you don't want to marry me. You want to marry this woman that I portray, which is my mother. You know? And that's one way to look at it. But if we go through Ursula's song, she could have been a prostitute. She helped poor unfortunate souls. People who can't really get by. She uses her body to give them pleasure because they're in a vulnerable state. You know? I'm just saying. It's the song in the song "Poor Unfortunate Soul." She stated that though. She stated that. She said, "I admit in the past I've been a nasty. They even well had the right to call me a witch." You know, because she was a bit of a bitch, but she's a nasty bitch. And her prey, which was the men she preyed on, were those down on her luck, the less fortunate, the homely. She took advantage of ugly dudes. And that's why they called her a bitch, because she took advantage. Man, this bitch played me and took my money. Because all she got to do is show a little affection, throw a little ass, and they gonna give her whatever she want. That's just women tactics, though. Like some men tactics, flash a little bit of cash, promise them the world, and she gonna drop them draws like Princess Jasmine. That's just kind of sometimes men hunting tactics. Just like women hunting tactics again. Show a little bit of affection, touch your arm. Hee 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 hee. Perk up the girls. Switch a little bit to try to get what they want. It's just their hunting tactics. So yeah, Brandy's so pretty. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't know why. Oh shit. Anne Hathaway or Emma Watson. Personally, I'm a fan of short women. I'm going with Emma. I love me a short, petite woman. That's not fair. They're both very, very beautiful. Leave that one alone. I love pink. Shit, I forgot to pull out the Lambo. So, fellas, I'm about to fuck with your heads. I think I know the answer, but we shall see. Would you rather fuck Ursula or would you rather fuck Easy? One too skinny and one too big. Okay, which one of Cinderella's stepsisters would you fuck? Evil stepmother or Ursula? The mother from Rapunzel or the evil stepmother from Cinderella? Ladies, would you rather fuck the Sultan from Aladdin or Prince Levine's right hand man? Is it Naveen or Levine? Naveen, right hand man from Princess and the Frog. Right? Like all the wrong answers. They're all wrong answers. Don't get me wrong, right? The Sultan was a little cleaner than the dude from Princess and the Frog, but he was an idiot. I don't know. Stuff called, not that I would do either. I'm just saying. I'm trying to find a fair one that's like a tough choice. I think the Sultan is the obvious choice there. You know, that's why I say that. Would you fuck the Sultan or Jafar, ladies? Short, jolly, and a little slow? Or tall, kind of dark and broody? I'm trying to think of what I think my best friend would say. Personally, I think she would choose Jafar, and she would choose Jafar because of his goatee. You know? That's what I think. But she think that she could get more money out the Sultan. That's what I think her answer would be. Ah, this one has been a horrible laugh. Your poor unfortunate soul. Personally, I would sleep with the evil stepmother from Cinderella before I sleep with Ursula. I would sleep with the evil stepmother. She looked like she was a bitch, but she wasn't ugly. Her body wasn't bad either for an older lady. I like her posture. And she actually has a nice smile when she smiles. She was just a bitch. Evil bitch. Margot Robbie or Lady Gaga? Miss Robbie is hot. No one over me. Oh. Personally, I spent the latter half of 10 years kind of by myself. I don't really give a shit about what nobody said. I ain't got, the greater part of 10 years by myself. I don't really give a shit. All the shit I went through by myself. Emma Watson or Chloe Grace Moretz. Hit Girl versus Hermione. Was she Hit Girl? She was Hit Girl. God damn. That is a tough choice. Go around, my car's giving troubles.
2440 on our sights.
Ronda Rousey or Emma Watson. In the picture, both of their bodies look horrible. This bitch shoulder's too big and she needs to eat a sandwich. In the picture. Hillary Duff or Britney Spears? I'm taking Hillary Duff all day. I love Hillary Duff. It's not a lot of people that could beat Hillary Duff for me. For the record. Beautiful. The way she carries herself is awesome. And even though she's famous and hot, she stay out the public eye. I love me some Hillary Duff. I don't know. It might be time to date outside my race. To be honest.
Suspect escaped. Hold the vanishing act at Cedar Ski Resort. Search everywhere.
Bitches are bitches.
Suspect got away.
Don't get me wrong. I just don't have to keep dating the same bitches. At least let me try a different bitch. Given where I work, I come across a lot of different women of different races. Sometimes I don't feel like I come across enough Asian women. That's not the point, though. And when it comes to keeping their bodies together, right now, white women are winning. Asian women also got them. Asian women got them too. You know.
Got eyes on that driver.
Over 30, most Hispanic women and most black women are huge. You find more thinner women, just naturally thin. Like, you can tell, like, they let go a little bit because there's droopage and shit, but they don't get big. You know? Asian women got the better personalities. That's for what I'm looking for. Firm, but soft-spoken and gentle. But I think Asian women out of all of them want the most money. That's a tough call. Asian women and Hispanic women want the most money. You want somebody to love you for you. Yeah, I think you gotta go for a white chick. Yeah. Sorry. This is, I've been single long enough. Working on myself now. I'm getting myself together and presentable. Vision. Dentist. Doctor. So, that's what I'm working on now. Yeah, so I've just been sizing up and as beautiful as some of my black women are, like I said, it's grain of salt because I deal with more black women in an everyday capacity and longer than I've dealt with any other race. So I've seen more. So grain of salt. But they just starting to be for me. Attitude, not even attitude. You know, because I like an attitude. I like me a feisty chick. It ain't nothing wrong with a feisty chick. But there's a difference between feisty and ghetto. There's a difference between, you got a spicy Latin, and then you still got ghetto Latin, you know? There is a difference. To be like, you can't, class is just that. It's just class. But I come across more classless ladies of color. attitude's just ugly. Ugh. The second that fit that, that's just like, sometimes just and a turn off, white women. I could say that if we're talking about if it's more than physical, white women. White women are the next when it comes to just ugly, nasty attitude. I love me a nice Latin woman.
Reinforcements on the way.
Controllers joined the party. Now we're ready to take this stuff down.
But yeah, white women are next with the attitude. You know. And that comes from black and white culture.
All units, be advised we're turning up the heat on this drive.
That Asian women have the best. But I think Latino women are better fit for family. You know, I just come across more Latino women that just seem to have the motherly qualities. You know, that's more family oriented. Like, don't get me wrong, Asian women, you see them with their families, but it's something about the way they carry themselves that just seem a little bit colder. You know, like Latin women, they're a little bit more warm to their kids. You know, and that's it's a representation of your household. They're just a little bit warmer, a little bit more, you know, like, goddamn kids.
Got a cell with your name on it, punk.
Because you love your kids, you know, we all spoil our kids. For some reason, Asian women just seem a little colder. Like, it's more so, it's a burden versus something they enjoy. And that's, like I said, I work downtown Chicago. I come across a lot more diversity. People that, you know, haves, have-nots, pretty, ugly, different races.
Let's try to get in front and slow this dirtbag down.
Deploying roadblock. All units be advised. Purpose entered. Kennedy has
So,
bet they're seeing stars up to that one. Am I right?
I don't know it all. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I know it all.
We're gonna slow down.
Even when it comes to, like I said, it's a whole, I see a lot more. It's not just,
reinforcements shouldn't be much longer.
you know, the women I would date. It's the kids they raise. It's the women they become. You know, because you just come across more. Your kids come in there, you know, kids come in there stealing, except,
Take that perp out.
Dispatch.
you know,
Roadblock deployed. We're joining the city.
I'm going in for the slam.
yeah. How they carry themselves when they come in. That's why they say you represent your household when you go out there. You don't just represent yourself, you represent your whole household. You represent the people.
Suspect last seen entering 2.2.
And old women come in, like old white women, depending on type, are probably the worst. Old black women are pretty cool. Old Asian women, again, they're just hard to read. But here's the reason why Asian women are hard to read. They're not allowed to look people in the face.
All units be advised. Purpose entered 2.2.
The reason they're not allowed to look people in the face is because the eyes tell the truth. Certain things you can't hide. You know, and the eyes tell the truth. So they're not allowed to look people in the eye because of what it reveals when you look somebody in the eyes. That's why they seem so cold and why I can't get a good read on them. But there's some, you know, super friendly, kind,
All units be advised.
Beautiful. You know, Asian woman that's really happy with herself and proud of the woman she becomes. She has no problem looking you in the face and smiling.
Do not let that suspect out of your sight. Cavalry is on the way.
When I say older, I mean like grandma old. Have no problem looking you in the eyes and smiling, and you can tell the softness, the kindness. Even some women, you know, some of them young too. You know, just don't mind. Some people don't make eye contact because they don't want you to see in. But black women, they tend to be older black women. All depends on economic status. Tend to be more warm. Just warmer people. When I say economic status, the more money a black woman get, the colder she gets. The more woman a black woman gets, the more she becomes a bitch. She becomes the Malfoys. I'll stand and die on that hill.
Finally nailed that asshole to the wall.
Older married white women are just as warm as older black women that's single. But an older single white woman, 8 times out of 10 are bitches. Scowl their face up. You know, the evil witch type trope in movies. That's them. Like that old lady needs to get laid. Say older Asian women who just find peace within their life. Warm smiles, warm eyes, joke around with you a little bit more. Alright, cool. And then we could talk about the kids. Asian kids tend to be the most respectful. Ironically enough, the more money a black family has, the more respectful their kid is. White kids with money tend to be a little bit disrespectful, more on the disrespectful side. They're on the disrespectful side like broke black kids. Broke black kids are very disrespectful. Spanish kids, most have a hood syndrome. Like, Spanish girls are one thing. They tend to be more soft-spoken. But young Spanish boys, if they're not mama's boys, they're on the way opposite side of the spectrum. They all want to be street. I've found very few that walk the line of gentlemen. Very few. That's respectful, kind, courteous, talk, proper. When I say proper, not like, English proper, but with manners. There's very few in that lane. And this is just working retail. Man in the line, the register, shit like that. Excuse me. Yeah, because I'm looking to date again. And right now, black women are losing out there. Y'all are losing. Y'all are down bad. Like I said, black women, elder black women, so far, have been the best black woman. Young, for the most part, disrespectful, rude. No. Not that there's none that excuse me. Not that there's none that don't carry themselves properly. Most of them stop being polite after about 9. Once they hit double digits, start getting shaky. So this is just dealing with people. This has nothing to do with anything sexual. Just dealing with people on a daily basis. So somewhere between 10 and 14 is where they're being attacked and where they're changing. There's a personality shift. If you don't have somebody with a foot up their ass or to guide them properly, by the age of 14, you will lose it. Once they hit 14, without proper guidance, just rude. They get rude, they get loud, they get ignorant. And that probably won't change until maybe about 50 if we're lucky. You know, if she ain't humble by 50, she won't be. Get to the point now where I see certain people come in and I'm like, yeah, they're going to be a problem. Attitude wise, they're just going to be a problem. You can tell by the way they walk. You can tell by the way they talk. That's why I greet everybody. When I'm on the register, I make it a point to greet everybody. Because the way you respond to the greeting tells me a lot about you. You know? And I put on my Troy McClure from Simpsons. Hi! Welcome to Five Below. I hope you enjoy your shopping. You know, I make sure it sounds automated. You know, because it's a distinct sound. Motherfuckers be like, damn. You know, I thought you were an automation just now. Thank you. But seriously, I do. You know, it's supposed to be theatrical for you to react. How you react to it says a lot about you. You know, there's a lot of older black women, and it's a poverty thing too. It's a lifestyle choice. Like, I could probably pick out by how they dress, how they're gonna act, attitude. Not profiling, but it's, you know, because it's so hard to describe. Just body language, everything. You know, everybody that's sad isn't a thug or gonna steal. But when I got a group of kids, boys or girls, that come in loud, energetic, and shit, you know, 9 times out of, if they're between the ages of 10 and 15 and they're all together with no parental supervision, they're going to steal. No matter what race. If it's a group of 4 or more and they're between the ages of 10 and 15, they're going to steal. Between 15 and 22 gets iffy as far as group. Group of 4 or more, gotta watch them. It all depends on where they're at. Like, a lot of them come in after school and just kind of try to kill time. But if they're in like the collectibles, women, the girls, they definitely gonna try to steal. Got to worry about the boys trying to steal candy versus toys and shit. They don't give a fuck. Girls gonna try to steal the cutesy collectible shit. Ironically enough, people between the ages of 30 and 45, they steal electronics. They try to steal speakers, headphones, chargers. You know, it's real crazy. anybody about between 45 and 60, 65, they're going to try to hold up the line with conversation because they're lonely at that point. They're going to try to cause a issue. You know, there's always something wrong with a product. There's always something to complain about. There's always a reason to try to chit chat with you. Like, I never tried this before. Have you tried that? No, I haven't. Oh, you should try it. I'm about to try it. I'm going to get home and I'm going to try it this way and I'm going to try it that way. I'm going to tell you what it's like. Like, listen here, bitch, buy your shit and get the fuck out. But motherfuckers ain't got nobody to talk to. So this is their social interaction for the day. You know? And I get that. I tried to be well prepared. Like I say, and I understand, because I do understand. I even try to be entertaining enough. Tell everybody when they come up and I'm at the register, I ask people if they need help and shit. Sometimes you gotta follow motherfuckers around the store. I tell motherfuckers, look, I ain't got time to follow you around the store. Motherfuckers think you're stealing. Whether you're stealing or not, that's why I'm here. If I think you're stealing personally, I'm just gonna ask you to leave. Hey, I might be wrong, but right now I think you're stealing. I need you to leave my store. I don't got time to be following you around. I got shit to do. Just to be blunt and honest. Like, I'm hurt. I don't give a fuck. I deal with this shit all day. I could be wrong. And I could be quick to jump the gun. But I got work to do. I can't stop my work to follow you around. Do you want me following you around this motherfucker? No. Okay then. But, like I said, I'm kind, courteous, and try to be entertaining because I'm here all day. I'm here every day. This is my job. I get paid to do this shit. So, I'm going to make sure I earn my money. So they ain't got no reason to fire me. I even got joke cards. I bought 3 decks of joke cards. I got dad jokes, animal jokes, and just jokes. Animal joke. Where do cats go when they get their tail cut off? A retail store. Dad joke. Which one do I remember the most off of there? Oh, why did the astronaut leave Earth? To get a little space. And then the other one, which is just the random jokes, just joke cards. How much does a chimney cost? Nothing. It's on the house. Like, I remember some of these jokes. I even have the deck with me. So people know, like, it's not like I'm trying to flirt. It's not like I'm trying to do the most. Just, we got to we got to stand here and look at each other. So why not make it a pleasurable thing? And then if I'm really feeling good for the day, I'm like, hey, I got a comedy routine. I'm the world's worst comedian. You want to hear a joke? Like, world's worst comedian? I'm like, yeah, so even if it's bad, what did you expect? Something good? Okay, I'm open. Let me hear. And I give her one of the dad jokes. I'm like, you know what? That wasn't that bad. Thank you. I'm here all day. Come back and give us your money. Because I get paid to do this shit. Somebody's paying me to come do a job. I like money. Money puts food on the table. Money keeps a roof over my head. Money is helping my daughter with shit she needs. Money is still a figment of our imagination, but money makes the world go round. So let me make this money. If I'm gonna be out here shaking ass, let me make sure I shake ass properly for this cash. Put my best face forward because I don't just represent me. Like I just talked about these people that don't just represent them. I represent my household. Some people forget they represent their household. That's why y'all kids come out here making y'all look bad. Then the parents come in and don't make it no better sometimes. You know? So I see multiple generations. Kid, the now, and the future. On a daily basis. Ah, and like I said, right now, it's not looking good. Most black women by the age of 30 are kind of at the obese level. Black women and Latin women by the age of 30 are at the obese level. Then it just don't be them because it's easier to try to make the family fat than to lose weight. A lot of black men over the age of 30 themselves are at the obese level. Asian women and white women tend to be a little bit more, have their weight under control. Older white women probably have the worst attitude, And that's if they're single. Older married white women have great personalities. Like, I see why you're married. Older black women probably have great personalities too. It's tough with my Latin women. I say mine, but it's tough with Latin women because sometimes there's the language barrier. But the fatter they are, I notice with Latin women, the fatter they are, the more miserable they are. Old black women, for the most part, as long as if they fit comfortably within a financial bracket, tend to be great. Once they hit a certain financial aspect, just straight bitches. They get the mouth boy syndrome, a pompous attitude. All of a sudden everybody's beneath them, like they forgot where they came from. And those the ones that came into money or grew into money. It's not the ones that already had the money. The ones that already had the money, they're warmer. As far as friendlier, they're warmer to people. But they're like 2 steps away from being a Karen themselves. Let me talk to a manager. Like, wait a minute, I don't understand. Oh, don't worry, let me walk you through it. Here's here. You know, like, oh, okay. Because for a second I thought, I know what you thought, bitch. You thought you was about to spaz out on me. I know my shit, shorty. You know, but they see where you know, where the error is. Like, oh, okay, it makes sense now. It's when things don't make sense, they get a little frazzled. Like, make it make sense. Make it make sense. You know, but that's when they come from money, not grew into money. Asian women say, just old Asian woman that just happy with her life. Some of the best. Some of the best. When I say the warmth you get from them, it's amazing. Uh, Asian dudes, pretty cool. You know, Asian dudes remind me of myself at times. Like, serious. For the most part, you catch them with a stone cold face, but with a proper icebreaker. Like, I got you, sucker. You know, with a proper icebreaker. Uh, Men in general, I realize men in general we're a lot warmer when approached properly. Um, you got a few, like the most problem guy that I've come across tend to be gay black men. For the most part. Uh, I see why women use the term sassy. Like, you choose and you're like, okay, if you're gonna choose to be like a lady, can you at least choose to be like the Asian lady? Don't really say much. Don't really look people in the eye. Polite. Can you at least choose to be that lady? You wouldn't choose to be the bitchiest of the bitches. Like, you didn't even choose the happy black lady. You chose the bitchy black lady to want to imitate. You know what I mean? Like, you didn't choose Aunt Viv. Your ass chose Shanae. You see the difference in quality of woman to even want to imitate. They tend to be the most like problems. Uh, the second one would be young black men that come from poor families. Actually, I take that back. The second would be Latino boys, but that comes in group. That comes to pack. You know, it got to if 4 more boys in a group, regardless of income level. His, Hispanic boys just want to be gangsters. just want to be tough. At least when it comes to black youth, black boys, it comes with a poverty level or an income level. You know, because again, for black kids from a family with money, they tend to be more Asian like. Great posture, uh, talk properly, carry themselves properly, not really combative, really complacent. So, you got gay black men, Hispanic boys in groups of 4 or more, and then poor black boys in groups of 4 or more. Actually, the lower the poverty level, lowers the number when it comes to black kids. Because, shit, a poor black kid, he'd be by himself and don't give a fuck out here solo dolo. Can't tell me shit. All you need is somebody to roll with him to be bold enough to try to pull some shit. And then after that, probably gay Latino dudes. Because again, it does matter. Because then they get they have the Karen attitude. Let me talk to your manager attitude. Just because, you know, they just want to be sassy and bitchy. You know? But gay black dudes are they're louder. They're more confrontational. Something has to go wrong for a gay Latino dude to bring out his inner bitch. And then every other dude is just about on the same level. Underappreciated, just want to get in and get out and get on with their life. No. Right. No. Poor people. Poor men. Like I said, they'll come in, homeless dudes, and try to steal. That's different, though. That's a poverty thing. That's just anybody at that poverty level, you gotta watch. That's neither male nor female nor race-based. That's just from not having. But every other dude come in, stress the fuck out, just want to get in, get out. Like, I almost made this grown man cry. Just by telling him, what I tell him? Tell him, like, it was something along the lines of of making him feel appreciated. It was something like keep holding down the fort, some shit like that. It wasn't too deep. It wasn't too profound. It was just, sir, I see you holding it down as a man. Kudos. And grown ass man, almost burst into tears in my line. You see him, you have to suck it up. Like, you're like, man, I needed that. You don't understand how much I needed that. there with the kids, buying them shit. They're, yeah, hi, yeah. I'm like, like I recognize it. They're used to this. They're used to being spoiled. They're used to getting, and they take it for granted. I see you, man. Keep up the good work. Man, damn near bursting into tears in my mind because the man is underappreciated and undervalued. It was nothing special, you know. I made one lady cry, you know, and I have a thing where, especially with the ladies, I try to compliment the ladies, you know. I'm like, hey, if nobody told you today, I want you to know you're very beautiful, and nobody told me that today. Nobody's told me that in a while. And got the bursting out big tears. Y'all, we need to be kinder to each other out here. I've been telling people this for a long time. We live in Chicago where growing up, it was cool. A motherfucker found it fun to roast each other. And then wonder why the city grew up with a lot of hate in their heart. Because all you know is hate. All you know is to put the next motherfucker down. A whole generation of kids grew up to hearing nothing but hate. And that's coming from your friends. Look at your shoes. Look at your coat. Look at your haircut. So a motherfucker don't even know how to respond when they hear something nice. Wonder why your city's so violent. Why my city's so violent. Why everybody's so fucking pissy and angry all the fucking time. Nigga, if you grew up between the ages of 8, from 8, even adults still do it now. They don't know how to talk to each other. Hearing nothing but negative shit. How the fuck can you be happy? From a kid to an adult, growing up, hearing nothing but look at your shoes, look at your coat, look at the way this motherfucker walk, look at that motherfucker teeth, your big ass nose. This city have a whole generation of people that grew up on insults. Whether you say it's from an endearing place or fucking not. Roasting motherfuckers is all about finding a motherfucker's insecurity and picking at it. And you expect that motherfucker to grow up to be a secure person with themselves? How the fuck can you pick on somebody's insecurities and expect them to grow up to be secure with who they are? That's why I killed all that shit from around me. Me and my friend, we might crack your mama jokes, you know, or be like, that's gay. You're gay, you know. But even that had a fine line. We never sat there roasting each other. we never sat down roasting the next man or woman. You know, even if they're not with us, we try not to. You got to really come and pick with us for us to go there with you. Because we'll go there with you. Don't get it twisted. Just that's not how we are. The group of friends I grew up with. If you were on that, you can't be around me. We don't need that negativity in this circle. We uplift. We don't put down. Don't worry about it. You get it next time. You need help with that? Fuck them. You got us. That's the circle I grew up in. Because that's how I decided to keep my circle. Niggas that talk, motherfuckers grow up talking about each other every day and then wonder why they live in a world of negativity. See, this is why my gaming shit ain't made for kids. Why my streams aren't made for kids. I game, but nigga, I'm an adult. Have adult thoughts. That's why the shit ain't made for kids. What time is it? Damn, 11 o'clock. I gotta be at work. I gotta leave out of here at like 3:30, 4 o'clock to make it to work at 5. I took a good nap. I got a freight day tomorrow at work. I gotta get there early, set up. I probably supposed to leave at 1, 2 o'clock. I probably won't leave till like 4. Then I'm back on Thursday at 2. But yeah, just I got on this because like I said, I'm at a point where I'm losing hope now. I wonder what type of body kick this guy. I'm losing hope. That's probably a better body kick. The original bumper better. That's not the greatest. I'm starting to lose hope because just like find a woman that fit my household. They say when you know, and they talk about settling. Like, either I'm gonna have to settle for somebody I don't like, or someone I'm not physically attracted to. I'd rather be an old man with his dog. But I like pussy. Ah. Ain't paying for no pussy. Find me a hot young thing. Come here. Young thing, you. It ain't like they don't like me. Yeah. And I'm a little stable compared to their little boyfriends. And be like, you know what? Yep, I'll take his old ass. Then I gotta give a shallow reason as to why. Like, why are you not dating women your age? Like, I didn't say I wasn't. Just come here. Wait. Come here. Come with me. Get this showing them. Like, what's the difference? Oh, the spoiler's so ugly. I'm like, damn, that bitch fat. That bitch fat. That bitch fat and rude. No. Like, like she got a nice body. Ugh. Hear how she talk? Okay. You convinced me, old man. As long as you don't become that. Nice ones. 90% of the nice ones with. Alright, I take it back. 85% of the ones with nice bodies. Ask them to pronounce shrimp. Tell them to read a paragraph out loud. That's why she kept her body hot. That's all she got. It's this one girl I went to high school with. Jasmine. Jazzy. I love you, boo. And she been working out, keeping it together. She's just so tall. It's intimidating. Looking to see if I have it. That was one of my. She was in my group. My friend group. Yeah, for sure. That's my boo. She's not my boo, but she my boo. Let's see. Most of my girlfriends, that I actually care for, still got nice bodies. It's like I think this is why I love y'all. Looks, brains, and for the most part, drive. Just we all thought we were gonna be young forever. We got time. They all got nice bodies. My daughter's mother is technically the biggest one. And she been getting it together. So no shade on her. I'm not here to put down nobody. Like I said, it's not what I'm about. I'm just speaking open and honest. No shade on her. She been in the gym trying to get it together. It's just I prefer a different quality. Like, what you look like, fatty? Like, I did get fat for a second. I gained 40 pounds. Had to get that shit together. Fuck that shit. Like, I want a woman that want to keep her body together, because once you get happy in a relationship, you tend to relax a little bit. And I want, when we relax a little bit, that we got the drive to want to keep it together. Like, look, fuck out my face. You're trying to make me a fatty. I'm not going. Like, agreed. Now let's go get in the gym together. Let's work out together. But that's why they're like, even if she a little chubby, like, not really. Because when you get relaxed, you put on 5 to 10 pounds. 5 to 10 pounds, not as easy to lose as you think. It's actually a lot of work. So a little chubby goes from a little chubby to fat. Fat goes from fat to obese. If you have no drive to want to keep it together, just because you're more relaxed and comfortable. I got somebody that loved me and my chubbiness. Okay, I thought, could have went the other way too. Don't mean I got to go that way. Could have went the other way. But somebody that make you comfortable with who you are, you just let your guard down. Eating, fucking, sleeping, making some money. Before you know it, you gain 20 pounds. Because you ain't did nothing but eat, fucking, make some money. And now y'all stuck with each other because you looking at each other, don't love each other. But you like, damn, I'm a fat piece of shit now. Who gonna want to date me? Or you think about all the work you got to put into yourself to lose the weight. just to be attractive enough to catch something else. Anyway, I would love to talk and discuss more. I got work in the morning. Remember, keep it tight, keep it right. First things first, try to stay skin tight. That's what it means. Keep it tight, keep it right. Stay skin tight. It ain't got nothing to do with your loose ass coochie. Loose coochie is gonna be loose coochie. Stay skin tight. Why? Because when you're skin tight and you look in the mirror, you're like I've come across that. Like, I don't like that. You know what? I need to bring that in. I don't like that. I could tone that up because your skin tight. You know, you look more round when your skin tight. When it hang a little bit, you know, it don't necessarily look as round. But when your skin tight, you see where you can scope a lot better. Or you see where you want to work on. Then once you work on that, something else might look a little out of proportion. So you're like, you know what, I need to get that in proportion. And then you're like, I need to get that in proportion. And before you know it, your whole body's in proportion. So keep it tight, keep it right. Anyway, GG. Good game, Gab Games, gabgames.com. Talk about it.